Justice Secretary on threat of revolutionary war, Duterte knows his limits. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevarra on Friday downplayed President Rodrigo Duterte's threat to suspend the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus and declare a revolutionary war. As a lawyer, the president knows the scope and limitations of his constitutional powers and he will always act in accordance therewith, Guevarra said, a day after Duterte issued the threat out of exasperation over the presence of contracts supposedly disadvantageous for the government. Duterte had lashed out at Senate Minority Franklin Drilon, who urged him to be careful in reviewing the contracts. But Guevarra said only Duterte can answer what could be the legal basis of his pronouncement. What I know, though, is that he is getting exasperated about endless roadblocks to his attempts to protect the people's interests, Guevarra told reporters. Only the factual circumstances actually obtaining at the time will determine whether the president's actions are in accordance with the Constitution, he added, when asked whether he would support such a move from the president. But for National Union of People's Lawyers President Rodrigo, there was no factual and constitutional basis for Duterte to suspend the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus. Duterte's non sequitur and authoritarian reaction against a comment from the opposition validates again the whimsical and vindictive exercise of power, Olalia said. There is no other appropriate people's reaction but to fight, and fight we must against brute despotism clothed in legal garb, he added. Meanwhile, Vice President Rodrigo will have to step up and assume the presidency in case Duterte makes good his threat to declare a revolutionary war, said Romulo McIntyre, Rodrigo's counsel in an election protest. Magiging Presidente si Vice President Rodrigo of a duly constituted government kasi pagsiya ay gumawa ang nasabing deklarasyon. Ang ibig sabihin ay he ceases to be the president of a duly constituted government, said McIntyre, who is running for Senate under the opposition slate. So diretso. Vice President Rodrigo will be the president of a duly constituted government because if he makes such declaration, that means he ceases to be the president of a duly constituted government. Back in 2017, Duterte already threatened to set up a revolutionary government amid alleged destabilization efforts by his enemies, including communist rebels, the rich, and even the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, CIA.